know, when you look at baseball and you look at what's happening in baseball, the start of the season, the spring coming, the warm weather coming, going out to the ballpark, it's just an exciting time. I mean, it's a great game. We've been really fortunate here in San Francisco to have championships and have great teams and great players. We built up some confidence last year by the way we played at the end of the year. Excited about the players coming back and the new players coming in, and hopefully we can continue to build this tradition. You know, I think when you look at pitching, we got to be able to throw strikes. We got to be able to hold the running game in the West Coast. We got to be able to field our position. We got to be tough enough to make it into the 6th inning with the staff and keep our pitch count down so that we can get to that point. So proud of Greg Moore moving on to Cal State Northridge as a head coach. We went through the process of hiring a new pitching coach, Seth Etherton, who's had a wonderful career as a player. As a college player, a national championship. As a player, big league opportunities to play, 14-year pro career. He brings a wealth of knowledge to what we're doing from a pitching standpoint. And he's taken over a good pitching staff. You know, Abe was hurt last year at the start of the season, and he got healthy late. He was the best pitcher in the conference last year at 5-1 late in the season. We're excited to have him back. He's a strike thrower, he's a competitor, he's smart. I think he's going to give us those quality starts on Fridays that we're going to need to compete against high-level opponents. And then you look at Cristian Cecilio, what he did from his freshman year on, and now he's in his junior year, and he had a wonderful summer. He had a great year for us last year, pitching big innings. He's going to be a mainstay on Saturday. That Saturday game is important, but you got to win somewhere between Friday and Saturday to win the conference on Sunday. Obviously, a new catching coach, a new coach at first base, Steve D'Amicis. Steve's a local product from Marin Catholic. Played at Virginia Tech. He was an All-American. Played in the Dodgers organization. He's a wonderful person. He's a great mentor to our players. He's going to help our catchers get better. He's going to help our players understand how to compete at a very high level. You look at Ryan and what he did for us last year early in the season, and then the injury, and then he came back late in the season to give us a spark. You know, he almost caught every single game last year for us when he was healthy, so that's going to mean a lot to us. He was the MVP of our team, voted on by the players last year. He did a remarkable job of handling that staff and doing the duties that he needs to as a catcher. He catches it, he blocks it, he doesn't give up free bases. We're really excited to have him. You know, I think when you look at the infield, we got to rebuild the middle of our infield. We lose our shortstop and second baseman. We have 2 freshmen and a sophomore that'll fill those roles. And, you know, we're going to have to play solid defense up the middle. And, you know, obviously one of those kids competing for a job is my son, Nico, and I'm excited to coach him. And when you look at Zach Turner, he came in there as a catcher last year and he moved to first base as a DH. And he's an All-American for us last year. You know, led our team in hitting. By far one of the best hitters, I think, in the country. If he's healthy, he's got a chance to have a career for a long time, but for this team, he means a lot to us. He's got a very mature attitude. He understands his role, he understands what he needs to do, and he can really perform when the chips are down. So I see Zach as a guy that's going to be able to drive in a lot of runs and be able to provide a lot of offense for us. Outfield is a key component for us, you know. With the way the game has changed, not a lot of balls get out of the ballpark, so all the balls that stay in the ballpark need to be caught. And I think with our crew of outfielders right now that we have, that's something that Coach Nakamura has done a wonderful job of teaching our guys to go get it and get it on the ground as well. Bradley's a talented player. There's a lot of pressure on him. You know, his brother being the 5th pick in the draft, Bradley being a high potential draft pick himself. A lot of pressure on him to carry the team and do great things, but he's capable of it from a physical standpoint and a mental standpoint. He was a great player this summer for the USA team, MVP in the Cape, He's got all the tools necessary to be a great player. But more importantly, he's a great kid, comes from a great family, and he does great things. But when you look at what he's capable of doing, if we could provide the backup for him, and there's guys side to side that can help him, I think he's going to be a remarkable player. Has a chance to be a Golden Spikes Award winner, has a chance to be a finalist for one of the best college players in the country. You're always glad when you look at it as a coach, when you have offensive performers like Zach and Bradley and Derek back in the order. And you know, don't forget Bob Cruikshank. Bob Cruikshank hit over 20 doubles for us last year, and he's back in our lineup, so we're excited to have him too. You know, I think if we get off to a good start and we find that relaxation, we build that team chemistry, we get better each and every day. It's all about improvement. It's all about improving throughout the year. It's all about overcoming adversity. That's the key component. I mean, we're going to be faced with some adversity along the way. Somewhere we're going to have to battle through it, and if we do that, it's going to be a wonderful year for us. We've got a lot of players in place. We've got a lot of good people in place. If we could keep them going in the right direction, it could be a wonderful year for USF.